Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarah van Grenen, aka Mr. VG. And today is an awesome day to do financial mathematics. I love it. I love this section of work because it is so applicable to real life. Okay, you can actually use this mathematics in everyday life. You are hopefully one day going to even buy your own house, your own mansion. I know it. I know it. This is going to be you in a few years' time. So when you look at financial mathematics, I want you to go and try this specific sum. Question 8.3 from the Department of Basic Education, November 2021 exam, is a beautiful question that I want you to go and try yourself and then only watch the rest of the video. So hit that pause button and try it. So when we look at question 8.3, I want you to just be again reminded of the decision tree that I did on the previous video. How many payments are made, once off or periodic. Although in this video it's going to be more on the periodic side. And then we are going to look at growth and depreciation in the once off. We did that in the previous video. But for today, we are going to always ask ourselves the question, when do you want the money? For the annuity, do you want the money at the beginning? Meaning you are taking out a loan. You want to buy the house now, so you want the money now. Or I'm saving up towards a future goal, so I want the money in the end. Then I'm going to use the future value. So when we look at question 8.3, it says that Tabo wants to save 450,000 Rand as a deposit to buy a house on 30 June 2018. So he deposited a fixed amount of money at the end of every month into an account. So let's analyze this a little bit. Earning interest of that, his first deposit is made on 31 July 2013. So first of all, I'm looking at two important things. The 450,000 Rand and the 30 June. So it's money at a certain time. So when I draw this, and I love to draw timelines. I know that a lot of you guys are scared because of timelines. I don't like it. But draw a timeline just to get your mind into where you want the money. So it says a fixed amount of money at the end of every month. So you need an annuity. Okay, so periodic payments. They give me the interest rate and it's compounded monthly. So again, please keep your teacher happy. If your teacher don't like you working percentages, well then don't use percentages. Use 0.0835 over 12. Don't even put that in your calculator. Okay, just keep it as is. It says that the first deposit is made on 31 July 2013. And this means the annuity actually started 1 month earlier. So either you could think of it as 1 July or 30 June, one of the two. Either or, it doesn't make such a difference in this sense. So it's a normal annuity if you started on the 1st of July, because annuities work in such a way that I start the annuity today, but I only make the first payment at the end of the first month. So the question that I want to ask you is, how many years? From 1 July 2013 to 30 June 2018, there's exactly 5 years that's going to go by. Now, because I have compounded monthly and deposits are happening monthly, N also must be months, not years, not quarters, not days. It must be the same. If the months and the monthly or the payments differ from your interest, then it becomes a further study mathematics or an AP mathematics sum. because then there has to be conversions, etc., etc., etc. My question that I want to ask you as well is beginning or end. When do I want the 450,000? At the end. So I'm going to use the future value formula. You see how I whittle down which formulas I need according to my decision tree. So writing out the formula, this is a big formula, okay? But it is found on the formula sheet, which is fantastic. F is 450,000. The interest rate I substitute in. The N is 60. Now I want to isolate X. So first of all, I'm going to calculate whatever is at the back of the X. The reason why I love to do this is just it makes my life easier. So calculating that, I'm going to get 74,15 ... If your teacher taught you to first multiply out the denominator and then divide, it gives you the same answer. So you do it the way that's comfortable for you. I can now divide by the 74,15, and this gives me an answer for X of 6,068 Rand and 69 cents. So this means every month, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pay 6,000 Rand into this annuity to get 450,000 Rand after 5 years. Simple and straightforward. But please, and I'm encouraging you to remember that a lot of this jargon, a lot of the words we use can be confusing. So when you see annuities happening at the end of the month, it just means it's a normal annuity, and I can use the annuity formulas just as is. Let's look at 8.3.2. Now 8.3.2 is now a completely new sum. It says here Tabu bought a house costing 1.5 million Rand and used his saving as a deposit. So automatically that 450,000 Rand I've got to bring in there. So it says there, he obtained a loan for the balance of the purchase. So I know that I'm going to use the P value because it's a loan and I want to buy the house now. So again, please get what I'm trying to say. I've got to go to the bank, get a loan now for the balance. How much am I going to owe the bank at the beginning? 1.05 million Rand, or 1,050,000 Rand. They further tell me that I have an interest rate of 12% per annum compounded monthly. Over how many years? 25 years. So getting it into months, that is 300 months. I just love to automatically convert because everything is compounded monthly. But they give me the X value. So they give me how much I'm going to repay every month. Then we get to the actual question. What will the balance outstanding be on the loan on 30 June 2039? That's exactly 21 years after the loan was granted. Here, ladies and gents, you have to find a method that works for you. I'm going to do both methods for balance outstanding. I'm going to do the one where we look forward, but I'm also going to do the one where we look back. Okay? The first one I'm going to do is the more difficult one, which is the one where I'm going to look forward. Some teachers just teach this to their kids, so if that's you, then pay attention. So for 21 years, I want to know what is my balance outstanding. Looking forward, the balance outstanding formula, or I just say B.O, B dot O, balance outstanding, is A minus F. If you've never seen this formula before, A is the compounding the 1,050,000 for 21 years, while F is how much the payments are worth. All the payments together are worth after 21 years. We have a video that explains this in detail on the Junior Tukkie website. So please have a look at this. And the A value is needing N. And again, N is months. So in 21 years, there's 252 months. So I'm going to use the compound formula, substituting my present value as the loan amount for 252 months. Then F is the value of the future value of all the payments. So I'm going to use the future value formula. And I'm going to substitute X with that 11,000 Rand. And I'm going to substitute I with 0.12 over 12. And again, there's going to be 252 payments. This means that my balance outstanding is 419,952 Rand and 39 cents. Please understand what that means. That is how much you still owe after paying for 21 years. That's still a lot of money, okay? A lot of money that you owe the bank. But if I look at the other method, the second method, which is much simpler, I'm going to look at the balance outstanding by looking at that period between 21 and 25 years. And N is simply 48. But because I am looking back, I am going to use the present value formula with N being 48. So if I look at this, using the formula for present value, I'm going to substitute my values in. And I am going to get an answer of 419,948 Rand and 32 cents. But why is it different? If I look at the previous one, the balance outstanding, there was a 52 and 39 cents, while here it's 48 Rand and 32 cents. Which answer is right? Well, actually both of them. But actually both of them are wrong as well. I know that really doesn't, we might go, what? What do you mean why it's wrong? Remember, to calculate X, I round off to 2 decimals. Okay? It's not the full value for X. Okay? Get that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a rounding off. And because we are doing it over so many periods, the mistake becomes actually bigger and bigger and bigger. Both are correct for exam purposes, but in real life, both are actually wrong because of rounding off. Now, I'm not going to go into the deep, dark depths of it and tell you which one you should use, but banks actually use the full value. So they make the errors as small as possible. But you've got to choose which one you use. I'm not going to tell you which one. You must decide looking forward or looking back. If you've got further study mathematics, I advise you to rather use the first one, looking forward, especially when your N is a decimal value. Because I know that in further study mathematics, in your elective module, they will not accept a present value where there's an N which has a decimal value. Simply because the formula, in true mathematical sense, N has to be a natural number. But that is going way above what most of you are going to understand about this. But remember, for our normal core mathematics, both answers, both methods are accepted. Let's look at question the second A. I know there was a mistake. It should have been B. That should have been B. But we all are human, and therefore we all make mistakes. When they tell you interest, not interest rate, please be careful, interest. It is the difference between how much you actually paid into the bank and how much you actually paid off. I hope you understand that. So the amount you actually paid is you took the 11,000 Rand and you made 252 payments into the bank, which means you paid a whopping 2.78 million Rand into the bank account. But how much did you actually pay off? Well, let's have a look. Remember, you started off by loaning 1.05 million. But at the end of 21 years, you still owe the bank 419,000 Rand. So how much did you actually pay off? You only paid off 630,000 Rand. Let that sink in. I made a total amount of 2.78 million. That's how much I paid into the bank. But I've only paid off 630,000 Rand. This means in the 21 years, I made an enormous interest payments of 2.156 million Rand. Oh my goodness. No wonder the banks make so much money. I mean, if you look at Absa, those guys making billions of rands of profit every year. It is shocking, and we gladly paid over because we can't afford to buy a house cash. Ladies and gents, I hope that you will get this, grasp this, and move on towards amazing success in the future. This is Mr. VG signing out. In our next video, we are going to move over to calculus. We are going to move over to that beautiful section of work that is about 30% of your exam paper. So have an amazing rest of your day. Keep well, keep yourself safe, and give it all you've got. You've got so little time left of this year. Cheers.